can pull up. Oh, baby. It's Tanuki Talks time, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks alike. Get in here. We're doing this tier list right now. Our week 4 tier list. We were going to do this like tomorrow, but honestly, after that set today, I just feel revitalized. I have so much energy. We doing it, man. I'm in our team Discord, Mr. Hydra. Oh, here we go. Okay. What?
Oh, man, dude. The fact that I am, I'm coming. Okay. To be fair, my hangover's getting a lot better. To be fair, I've just been drinking water for hours.
We don't have to do this tonight.
No. I feel great, and you know you're right. I think after this week, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling revitalized, and I think there's enough shakeups in the league anyway to actually warrant one. So you know, I'm so fucking down.
All right, hang on. We're doing a Tanuki Talks tier list right here, right now. We got it right here, ready to go. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I don't know if I can zoom in, enable editing. Here we go. Okay. I was not prepared for this at all.
Here, let me pull up what we had in the old list as well.
Okay. I honestly don't care about the old list as much.
I'm just using it as a baseline.
That's valid. We also need to take into account roster shuffles and whatnot.
True.
So yeah, that's good. It's good to get. Tanuki Talks is good content, right? It's such great content.
Trying to be. Okay. We gotta make sure all the rosters are okay. From this week, because obviously, like, you know, like Samuel didn't play this week. They played Clutch.
Okay, that's how that works.
Which I think Clutch is still on solo for this one.
Yeah, Clutch did not play this week, despite Sam and Samuel coming in last week. The only one I think isn't here is Dragoon, who did not play, and the other ADC did. Only Mythical.
Yeah. I know. I think hairnets need to be updated on this one as well. I don't think they have control.
They do have control.
Oh, they do? Okay, sweet.
Actually, yeah. Let me stream this for you real quick.
Sweet. Okay.
You
want to just do like left to right? Just do solo jungle mid support ADC.
Let's do. We always do. Yeah, it's always randomized. Yeah, let's do left to right. Let's do left to right. Okay. Yeah. Who's at the bottom? So Adam played 1 game. Taka played 2.
Yeah,
Would you put them in the same tier?
Taka literally through, bro.
So would you put Adam and Taka in the same tier?
I mean, yeah, you can just make it slash. Just make it like
Adam slash Taka.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Farah is a different roster. Control is not on a roster. Oh wait. What roster is oh, that's right. Jesus. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's start from the top. Chat. Control is not on our roster. Who's your new support and who is your ADC Glarky? Fish is not our jungler anymore. Doctor, who is your new jungler? Control is Kitsune. Okay, thank you. That's right. Phantom is out.
Yeah, the Source Singing Slasher's gone. That's crazy.
True.
Someone in my rank game said that the other day. I was like, wow, this spread quickly.
Control Alt Eats. I don't know why it's all caps. I just felt like making it all caps.
Yeah.
It's like Control Alt Teat. Oops. Anyways, I'm just gonna put Control because it looks better.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who that is. And then ADC is Glarky. Support Bingus is jungle for the crew. That is correct. Oh, this is very outdated.
Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks old now. So like it was like pre the roster shuffling.
Gato something. Is it Gato Griff? Is jungle for the Jesters.
They pulled the Jester set today. It is, yeah, Gato Griff.
Gato Griff. Oh, I nearly spelled it right. I'll just leave it as is. I don't care enough to spell his name properly.
Facts.
Octi is your support. Okay. And then fish is not the jungle. It is Drew's food.
Yep. True. Yep.
And I think that's everyone. And then Koja did not play today, so I'm just going to take him out and put Bingus in. And then...
Bajan.
Or Bajan, sorry.
Yeah.
Only mythical. I already... Hey, Clarky, shut up. I got him. He's there. Only mythical's already there. I'm one step ahead of you. He was one of the first I did. Teddy is not in jungle in ADC this week. He's in... I'm just gonna put Teddy 522. And it's
Let's see.
Fragnik.
Yeah, it was just Fragnik. And then Teddy was jungle.
Yeah. Cody was still mid, right? Yeah, he was. I think that's everyone.
I think they keep playing Thor mid. I like that. what a see, look, they get to cook. All right.
The stream died at the start. You're not reading. Wait, can you read these okay? Out of curiosity, can you read all these okay? Ankh doing okay, jungle. Well, I know you can read them on my stream. I'm asking if they can read it on my actual stream.
Oh yeah. I can see it. I can see them both.
Ankh is the doing okay jungle. Damn. So Nelly's out, understandably so. I guess just before we get started, I'll just do this. So it's easy. It's just that easy, man. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from left to right. So we'll start with solo. Do we want to start top down?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, because we usually do our way up bottom, but I think top's really easy right now.
Yeah. Let's do. Who do you want to put top? I know who I want to put at the bottom, but I'm kind of confused. I know I want to put Depp, Cardwell, and I think did Stall play this week? Stall played this week, right?
I think so. I think I mean, man, Cardwell looks so good.
Cardwell did look very good. He made it look very easy too. Stall, yeah, didn't have a great number 2. Great game number 2, but he still did well. Played an ADC game. Valve won Undying. Valve built that one item, Toxic Blade. We're not putting Valve number 1.
I don't know. I mean, is it really? Okay, again, like not to subject the fact that he's like Undying, like like good job to for going Undying like that and stuff like that. Like that's great. But sometimes in the front line you really don't control if you die. It's really about having an impact. And I think Cardwell had such a good impact for this week. He stole a fire giant, zoned 4 people, single-handedly won team fights like by himself. So I mean, I really don't think you really give it to anyone else other than Cardwell.
That's who I have right now. I don't know if you agree or disagree with any of that.
I think it's Cardwell, Depp, and Stylus. Like, and you can interchange those 3 pretty interchangeably, just depending on what you value.
Yeah, and then actually, here's another one. Kickflip was not there. It was SM Specify subbing solo.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was okay.
Looking at the stats and stuff, though, I mean, Valve did a very, very good game. I think Valve, if he's not top 3, he's number 4. And you could even argue to put Stylus under him, but I think Stylus played pretty well. I'm just comparing both their stats right now.
I'm not gonna put. Look, the Going Ghost. Valve has to be top 3. He's not top 3, bro. I don't know, man. I'm so worried to put so much stock into Going Ghost because they did play a bottom team and they're supposed to win. He has to be he's top 5. I'm okay with putting him after who I think should go next.
Okay.
Who I think is who was it? Maybe Bean Soup Bob. Bean Soup Bob still continues to look good on a good team, so
I think it's a performance this week.
He gets Nike and then he goes tier. Well, actually, I don't know.
just to be very upfront, we had Valve as like the second bottom solo laner. For him to rise that far, like if he's number 5, it's still a good jump for him based on this week of performance alone.
Maybe not being
So I don't
super
think
up.
that's even like bad.
Bro, it might just be Valve, unfortunately. Bro, I'm a huge Valve hater, unfortunately, but
That's what I'm saying. Like him being 4 or 5 is just such a big accolade for him, like for just from going to like his play. So again, I mean, like last week, like overall, you know, opinion-wise, he just wasn't very impressive, up until this week. And this week he had a pretty good like showing. So like if he's 4 or 5 right now, I think that's really good.
yeah, I guess I'm trying to see who I would put above him, and I can't really make an argument enough to put Bean Soup above him.
Yeah.
And then I would probably put Bean Soup. And then I don't know after that, man. It might be Specify. Specify plays Yorm game 1 and then Kama game 2. Does okay both games.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I think
a sub.
like any order you put like under here can be interchanged to whatever. Except maybe Pepsi crossing. It's probably just definitively the bottom for the week.
Yeah, I mean it's Pepsi crossing or it's ionized.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
I think it's just it's harder to it's easier to hate on Pepsi because he's just on a worse team than ionized. I think
Pepsi did go 1-6 and
yeah.
And
Like,
well, he played Jingchen. Okay, he's at the bottom. He played Jingchen solo.
Yeah, nothing against Pepsi. It's just like I think like he's on a team to where he just doesn't have a lot of help, and like it's just so easy to look bad if you're a frontliner. Like
he played better than Stalis. I don't care if he played better than Stalis. I'm a huge Valve hater.
This list sex appeal in the league.
This list is biased, and that's okay.
So yeah, no.
It's most sex appeal.
It's just so easy to look bad as a frontliner if your team's not performing very well, because you have to get in there and make shit happen, and then you die for it.
Man.
And then if nothing happens, you really look like you're inting, and like it just is what it is. So
Clutch is
just because you're on the worst team, it's just
Clutch is towards the bottom. DXC towards the bottom. Specify towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think we probably gotta do Ionize next.
No. Or like sorry, are you going down up now or up? No, I'd still go up down.
I'm working my way up now. I'm working my way up now from Pepsi.
Yeah. Ionized? It's Ionized or Specify?
I think Specify had a
Specify's on a good team though. I don't know.
Yeah. Specify won this week. I mean, individual performance wise, I think.
Oh, I guess Specify would go like here. I don't know. Unless we think anyone is above him.
What about Burpee?
Burpee's towards the bottom.
Yeah, I'm looking at stats from everyone, and I was like, well,
Eon makes shit happen though. We'll get to that, I think. Do we want to put Taka/Adam above Specify?
No.
even though he played Kuzumbo in game number 2 and arguably was the difference maker.
I mean, I think. I mean, realistically speaking, he was just a difference maker, just a shutting down Squoosh. Everyone else didn't really struggle with him. And I think that speaks volumes to the amount of space he was really creating. He was just fucking up one person's game, which is what he needed to do, and they won him the game, right? But, I mean, in game 3, he literally TP'd and cost him the game, and in game 2, the Kizmo didn't look good.
He did TP a lot, game number 3. The thing about RJ is their players don't look bad because they aren't losing. They just lose the game.
Yeah.
But they look bad for losing the games over and over after a while.
One person that's, like, selling them either. Jets are the best one on this team. I completely agree with that. But they're way better than doing okay.
But they're still winless. Okay. They're still like again, like it's they're still shit. Yeah. Like they're still a shit team. Like sorry guys, but like sorry for my lack of like bravado or whatever, but like they're still a shit team, man. They're 0-4. They're winless. Have they won a game period? I
think so, yes. I'm pretty sure they've won. I think they took a game off of Hairnets. But I think Hairnets beat them.
They should not be in the. They're not in the Hairnets bracket.
Yeah,
they're in our bracket.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Okay. They've definitely won a game yet. Um, they've definitely won a game so far somewhere. At least I think they have. Let me pull up the challenge and I'll get to it. But at least in the moment, who do you think would have to go next? You can do top down or bottom
Gotta
up.
be. Hang on. It's gotta be DXE or. They lost every week. It's gotta be ionized at the bottom then.
Yeah, they haven't won a set yet, actually. Wait.
Well, they haven't won a set, but they haven't won a game either.
Actually, Albion only has 2 points against them. Was there a FF or something? What happened there?
Oh, good question. When do you guys play KWM? We beat KWM week 1. Yeah, we already beat them. Our last set is against Warriors of Albion next week, and then another team the week after from the cross division. We 2-1 KWM.
It doesn't matter though because Fragnic wasn't there, so
true. It wasn't. We beat them, but it wasn't. We didn't actually beat them because Fragnic wasn't there and Teddy was in ADC, and so we didn't actually beat them. By the way, we didn't actually beat them.
I will say, like, the dead roll.
Our points don't matter. Our points
probably the least impactful that week.
Our points don't matter. Yeah. So that's the end of the shit.
Yeah, we've already played them, so we won't be playing them until playoffs again if they are like in our bracket. So, and by the way, we also know that Fragnic not being there isn't the issue.
It's Teddy not in jungle. Oh so, yeah, like, but that's their decision. That's their decision to make that change. Like,
I think they should have left Teddy in jungle that week.
I agree.
And we'd be better off.
I agree.
Because he's such a good jungler, man.
I don't think I soloed him, but I was very close a couple times.
Yeah.
He definitely did not know how to play AC properly, which was too bad.
People can be like, oh, like that game would have went differently. We'll never know.
Yeah, so we'll never know.
I just typically never, talk.
It's because Drowsy isn't an ADC guy. Neither was Teddy,
I would
though.
Put him on like Hachi or like anything with pressure Izza or something.
ADC isn't a very hard role to like understand, but like Teddy is definitely a way better jungler. So DXC did not have a good games today.
You earned the card well. you definitely earned it. Again, we were obviously watching your set.
Cardwell in my stream, #1 solo.
Yeah, he is.
Cardwell, you're making me blush.
He did very well, man.
Yeah, you played really well. It's gotta be DXC or Burpee, honestly, in the bottom 2. Although DXC did have a good game #2 on Guan, but he only played Guan today. Oh no, he didn't play Guan today. He played another pick. Burpee played Yorm, went 1-2. Burpee played Yorm again.
I don't think it was really Burpee's fault. I mean,
right.
Sure maybe he didn't have like a low impact, but like
it's
that
just
whole
a
game
struggling
is
team.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
that's what we're saying. Like,
it's gonna be
Burpee's a bad player, but
it's gonna be Burpee.
As I said earlier, as I said earlier, if you're a frontliner on a team that's struggling, it's just so easy to look bad.
Yeah.
Because you have to get in
there. Swaggo 1v9 lost us the game in mid, but we're not doing like teams yet. Like we're not doing. We'll get to Swagga. We'll get to Swagga in jungle eventually. But unfortunately, we have to put them there because it's just how the game went. And then it's probably. So who do we have left? We have Taka. We have Professor.
I think Professor.
And then we have Specify. Oh no, we don't have. We have Clutch. And then.
Did I Professor?
Did
Taka
I fuck
Clutch,
up
maybe?
the timing? Professor Taka Clutch. You think so? I thought Clutch had an abysmal performance today.
Bottom up. I'm thinking bottom up. My fault.
Professor Taka Clutch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Clutch had an abysmal performance today. I'm not gonna lie. Not going beats against.
Taka's on top of the other two then.
Yeah, I think at least Taka won a game today. The others didn't. I think it's probably from top to bottom. DXC, Taka, Clutch.
Okay.
Because I don't think DXC really got to play.
Right.
I think his team is just really struggling. And I did get this right.
Yeah, I mean, after losing their ADC, and then obviously Kojo wasn't there this week too, so like they're playing with a whole new duo lane.
Yeah. Oh, I accidentally erased Taka and Adam. Oh well, it's fine. I'm cool with this. Jungles. I'm cool with putting Swagga and Dearly towards the bottom. I'm not gonna lie. After this week,
I think Swagga bottom this week.
I think Swagga bottom, and then
stat wise, it makes sense, and at least from what I'm hearing, impact wise, it also really makes sense.
Or hang on. Are we gonna put? No, it's gotta be Ankh. It's gotta be Ankh first.
You think Ankh under
Yeah.
under Swagger and Dearly?
Yeah, it's Ankh.
I'm looking. Let me just look. Let me look. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Ankh is Ankh is not a jungler.
I didn't look at this week's Doing Okay set.
Okay.
I really couldn't.
I'm glad we clarified. Yeah, Ankh is a Delphi player. He doesn't.
I have no issues with this.
Yeah, I think Ankh is good. He's not a jungler, and he's not a Athens player. Like, he shouldn't be in this league, and I feel bad. But he's kind of there for unfortunate reasons. And then it's got to be Swagga and Dearly, in my opinion.
I'm okay with that.
Because these two are just shitting the bed for their teams and are not great for their team environments. His stats are better.
The one whose stats look better than
because
Swagga.
it's Swagga, but we're still having Ankh at the bottom. Circumstances, this is true as well. Ankh has also not played every single game, so he's not losing every single week like Swagga is. And then who do we have? Bingus. Bingus was a highlight on his team. I'm not going to put him here yet.
Yeah. Bingus did really good.
It's like Destroyer. Destroyer had a standout performance. No, it's got to be Gato. It's got to be Gato Griff.
Yeah.
Which is too bad because he also didn't do anything, but he just did more than these three guys. Who else lost? I think that's all the losers.
Bingus lost.
Those are all the losers. Bingus also lost, but Bingus did Bingus do better than any of these other guys? I'm
looking.
Who was it was reverse dashboard. He won. Snicks carried. Squoosh did well.
Yeah. Also, the Albion roster is wrong.
I know. I need to change it.
Yeah.
Well, I just need to change the support and jungle. Seth?
Dearly over Griff? Me could.
No. I think Dearly is a big part of why his team struggles.
You're not wrong. I mean, I would say outside of this week, I'd say you're right. I don't think his playstyle really meshes with the rest of Kitsune or like what used to be Kitsune. I think this week they played with Dearly being a jungler that runs it down, and they have a duo lane that had no synergy with the rest of the team because they haven't played with that duo lane before. Like literally, the coach is not there, and they have a new ADC. So I don't know. I mean, obviously I wasn't there, so I don't know like how the comms were and stuff like that. I know coach is a big comm person for them, so like that had to hurt a lot.
I would say lower, not low, for Dearly or for who?
I think it's for Squoosh.
Yeah, I would say Squoosh is lower, but he's not at the bottom. I would say maybe, I guess it probably is Bingus, then maybe Squoosh. No, for Seth. Yeah, he's not at the bottom. He's definitely above all the losers for sure.
Facts.
But I mean, he didn't play bad game 1 and 3. Just game 2, he kind of shut the bed. And those other circumstances.
There was in game 3 where he just kept getting picked. That made it really hard for us. But we ended up recovering.
I'm gonna put Destroyer. I'm gonna put Bingus then Destroyer, I think.
Okay.
Or
Destroyer had a pretty good game on Hunbats. I mean, he did better.
Yeah, but okay, Destroyer had a good game on Hunbots, and then he shat the bed game 1 and 3. Bingus at least had 2 really good games. Well, Bingus missed a lot of Thor ults, man. I'm gonna put Bingus. I'm gonna put Bingus then Destroyer because Destroyer got picked so much in our game 3 early game, man. And then I'm gonna put
Bingus did look.
He looked good. He was the highlight player of his team. I'm not gonna put anyone on.
I think we
the
had
crew higher than him.
Destroyer though. I think in
no,
the set.
No. I would say Destroyer shot the bed for them game 3. He did not play the set well.
Destroyer got neutralized. It wasn't that he played bad. It's just that we played into him better, like as a team.
Yeah, but Squoosh did the same thing. Like Squoosh played really well into them in game 3. He was against Ganesh as Thor. He still made an impact.
It's not an easy matchup for him. That's not like that's true.
Game 1, he also played the Tsukiyomi really well. His KDA doesn't show up, but I thought he played the game really well. I would put Squoosh there and then Destroyer. Destroyer lost, and Destroyer just got shit on. He shouldn't have picked that set. Is when he shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I mean, they locked in set and Ganesh top 2.
Yeah, they should never have done that.
We got chat on. But I don't know. I mean, even in game 3, like even like that we won that, there were still like several moments where like Squoosh is out of position or like an ult didn't connect the easiest way. And I think he like first. I also think game 3 kind of gave in a tilt a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So I think it affected his performance. I don't think he's a bad player or anything like that, and I still think he's a fantastic jungler. But I think at least today, I think Destroyer played better.
I disagree.
I mean, it's true. It's a middle of our list, and I think that can be interchanged.
I agree they can be interchanged, but
to the top.
Yeah, I would put Squoosh there, and I'd just leave it as is. Because Squoosh won at the end of the day. He still like was able to excel both Emoji and I in games 1 and 3. Like he was a big part of just shutting down what's his name? So I just got to play the video game all day, which was nice.
That's true.
Gasper, that's his name. So now we have Teddy, Lycon, Drew's Food, Snicks. I would put Snicks number 1. Well,
yeah,
is it Snicks or is it? Hang on, because both reverse dashboard and what's his name just kind of hard carry from my understanding.
Yeah.
Lycon played really well. He went 15 and 4. Jesus.
Looks like Teddy also popped off today.
Yeah, man. This top 3 is going to be hard. I think it's Teddy, Lycon, and I think reverse dashboard in the top 3. I think reverse dashboard is number 3 though. I'm going to put reverse dashboard number 3.
Okay. I mean, okay. Also, I guess to take some credit away from Teddy, they played doing okay.
That is true.
So he went 14-2 and 6 on Kwong, yeah, but it's against doing okay, and doing okay is not doing okay. So great performance though. You know, still really good. But it's against what everyone would consider the easiest team in the league. So if he gets a hard carry pick like those two characters, then he should be popping off.
I'll put Teddy and then Lycon. I'll put Lycon number 1. And then we have. Oh wait, no. Snicks is in the conversation. Okay, I'm gonna put. Who do you want to put number 1? Snicks or Lycon?
I'm looking at Lycon first of all. Here's my argument: is that Skogs played Kitsune, and
hang on, we're messing with it. We're messing with it, Slick. We're messing with it. Hang on, so we're plotting here. This is the
same
set.
argument I had to say. Yeah, the same argument I had to give. Against Teddy. I think the same argument can be said against Lycon this week. Again, like great player, but had a really easy matchup with a team that's literally in shambles. So.
Yeah. Both the two teams
have good though, but like
I'm gonna put Snicks number 1, Lycon number 2. Man, because they played well, but like it's not. Yeah, it's just their situations.
I think Banshees played the harder team out of the.
Agreed. Out of all 3 of them, I think they played the hardest team, and they made it look easy. And then who do we have left? We have Drew's Food. Oh, Drew's Food's in the conversation though. Drew's Food played really well.
He did. Oh man.
Chat, before anyone says anything, we're messing with it. We're not. This is not set in stone. Snicks, Lycon, Drew's Food, Teddy, reverse dashboard. Going Ghost also played a bottom team. Arguably. Definitely.
Let me see.
But Going Ghost was a bottom team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people kept saying that they were like ass. And to be fair, he dipped Swagga hard as fuck.
Yeah, but Swagga clearly shot the bed.
Yeah, I mean 13-1 on Thor.
Well, I played an actual bottom team. So did all of these people. Like, okay, Teddy played doing okay. Another team that's 0-4.
Honestly,
Warriors of Albion also played in a team that's 0-4. Lycon played a team that is just lost their ADC, didn't have their main support shot caller, and had a jungler int. Like, they're all 3 bottom teams. Like, so is Hanford Hairnets. Like, those are all bottom teams. All of these junglers played bottom teams. We're just trying to sort off based off that. What are you gonna say?
I think Drew has to be above him. I think Drew has to go.
Yeah, he's up there. I just don't know where. It's Snicks first, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you could put reverse dashboard down to 1 and then put Drew there, and I wouldn't blink. And then, well, actually, maybe you put Drew second.
I think Drew above both of them, above Teddy and reverse dashboard. But like I
think Drew's actually top 3 this week, to be honest.
I agree. I just don't know if I want to put him above Lycon or not.
I mean, I think just put him above Teddy and reverse dashboard's fine. Just make him top 3 and then.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, Drew in third, IMO. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. That's A-okay to me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So, I think once you start factoring in like how like a lot of these jungle performances, like yeah, they look clinical, but they're also against like what can be described as bottom end teams.
Like we had the hardest set this week, obviously, and like you could see these two junglers are right next to each other because again, it was just very close. But like it's really easy to look good against bad teams, but like Snicks look good against like a decent team.
Yeah. Snicks was down like 2 kills or something like that, and then he ended up like popping off or something.
I'm just gonna do one of these because emoji is still best in my opinion. Although game number 3, emoji did nearly cost us the game.
when did that happen?
When he was Hebo and just ran at the fire giant, bro. Yeah. Oh man,
I can't say some shit about that.
I thought the game was over, man. I thought the game was over when he did that. Yeah,
escape, man.
You and him both, but I didn't.
But I didn't. Exactly. That's what counts.
That's what counts. It's true. That's why we're keeping you in the top, emoji.
Exactly.
You didn't cost us the game, but the moment you cost us that game, right to the bottom.
Right to the bottom.
It's gotta be Manda, then it's gotta be Killcam Kenny at the bottom for me.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue against that. I think any argument to say Duna K's not at the bottom is hard, and it's just not worth it arguing against it.
And then it might be Lanky next.
Yeah. Based on the day. Yeah. Yeah. Again, like 06 Raw, and 141 Tiamat, just not able to do anything, I'm assuming.
How did Eevee do? 5 and 4. Eevee looked okay.
Yeah, Eevee did fine.
5 and 9 doesn't look great, but on the best character in the game, but
yeah, but again, like that team's imploding, so.
But Eevee isn't solving his implosions. He's the captain. He's the one that's supposed to stay strong mentally, and Eevee has a weak mental, in my opinion.
I don't know too much about Eevee outside of just like gameplay wise. All I know is like Kitsune as a whole is gonna struggle like this week.
Yeah. I guess it probably is Eevee, huh?
Probably.
Is Gabe Ethan towards the bottom? I don't think so.
I'd say middle, somewhere in the middle.
I'd say he's still above the middle.
Like not in my opinion, not top 3.
No, I'd put him like here ish. We'll kind of build people around him first, I think.
Right. You're gonna base off the Gabe Ethan scale.
Yeah, exactly. Did you do better than Gabe Ethan today? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's so true.
And Gabe Ethan played decently well, but did not win today.
I think in game 1, I just got completely diffed. Set mid into like, what was it, Baba maybe? Emoji just made him look silly.
Game 3, he was all right. I feel like game 2
game 3 was fine.
Was more of like us unable to kill him rather than him being sickened to us. I don't know.
True. I mean, it is 70k on Baba, but emoji did 80, like almost 90k on the guy on mid. Like he still outperformed him.
Yeah,
like, he still got outperformed. So.
Is it Gabe Ethan number 2? Do you think?
Is there any mid lane that had like a breakout performance this week?
Radzor looks good. Radzor looks good because of Drew's food, but
Radzor looked good before Drew's food. Like we live in saying
this is true.
So. And now that he has help, I think the team will be a lot better.
Honestly, I'm fine with keeping Gabe Ethan number 2.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. I think Gabe Ethan is still really good.
Other mid laner that might be top 3.
Maybe Xerath
Cody.
or Cody, but again, both of them are playing against bottom end teams.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like
Cody's playing Thor, and it looks really free.
Emoji clears all. Is that? I mean, is that just the message of the list here?
Do we just put
That's
like?
me
Do we just uncolor these people and just be like emoji number 1 in orange, and everyone else is in like grayed out?
We could.
And just say the rest is irrelevant. That'd be the most toxic thing that Tanuki Talks has ever done, I think.
That's so true. I'm literally looking through to find any mid laner that really impressed me this week.
I mean, Xerath had the weirdest builds I've ever seen.
But 9-1 and 13 on the
yeah,
Raw.
she did go 9-1 and 13 on Raw,
and 5-18, like still like not like undying or something. It was still really really good.
Yeah.
Obviously the Erlong went 15-4 and 24.
Yeah.
Went 2-30. Did really really good.
But again, against bottom end teams, in my opinion, like.
Oh no, the kid team is in fucking shambles. So, yeah.
I don't know. How did Red Sword do Kitty? It was. I'm gonna maybe put Xerath number 3 here.
Okay, I mean Radzor specifically.
He didn't have a great game number 2. He had a great game number 1, but not a great game number 2. I mean, he still played really well game number 2, just not the most kills.
6-0-11.
It was just a free game.
2-2-10.
Yeah, game 2 was just a free game.
Yeah.
Crow also put up a nuke. Fuck, he did. Crow also put up a nuke.
Yeah, Crow did really, really good. I think Crow looked really impressive this week.
Crow shot the bed early game number 1 though.
Yeah, he did.
Motherfucker was literally clearing his green buff under tower and got Thor ganked. Not his fault, by the way, but rookie mistake.
I mean, he played Disco. He went 9-6-11. That was game 1. Snakes popped off on Susanoo, who was behind early, and ended up going 11-3 and 10. But in game 2, you have Crow going 10-2 and 11, doing really, really good.
Yeah,
damage numbers are really, really good.
It was more so Snicks. I would argue it was Snicks who was inting a little more, in my opinion. But I think Crojiro kind of popped off
a lot more in game 1. But then came back and actually had a great performance. I
would argue he into game number 2 more because he kind of fucked up a few times. I'm surprised.
Snicks only died once.
Yeah,
and it was when he dove a tower. And
that was a little troll. Hang on. Can I zoom in a little bit? I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, there we go. Is that better? That's a little better. The fights early with the mid 2v2.
That's true.
So is it
maybe he doesn't like respect the damage. Maybe he just got overconfident.
If Snicks did that though, Stummy. If Snicks did that, he also called game number 2 to make that play early game, and it worked out in their favor. Game number 1 didn't. Game number 2 it did.
50-50.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put Crow here. I'm gonna put Xerath, and then I'm gonna put Cody. And then I want to put Radzor. Then I want to put Garrett, because I feel like Garrett played. Oh no, hang on. Garrett, then moon jumping. I don't know. What do we think of moon jumping?
I think moon jumping did better than Garrett.
I agree. But I feel like
Islami mid did 7-5-14, did the damage they needed, and then
had an odd build. Game number 2 played Loki mid. Mid.
Physical mids, different picks aren't bad or anything like that. Like that's whatever.
Right.
And Crow's doing his thing off calls. It's just not going in their favor. That's true.
I'm okay with this list.
Yeah, this looks fine to me.
Okay. Supports. Hamburger's right at the bottom.
Yeah, that's just not negotiable.
Hate to say it, I think Bayesian's number 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think it's not close.
Did not have a good week, unfortunately, which you hate to see.
Yeah,
we love Bayesian in this chat, but not a good performance today.
Yeah, I think Bayesian, I said earlier, I think he was a victim of circumstance, but still didn't pop off.
And then I'm gonna put Storm.
Fair.
Motherfucker can only play one god, and when that god's banned away or taken away, he can't play the video game and doesn't know how to play the video game and plays tilted. Tonight's set was a perfect example.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the set. Like, we really watched the set. It was casted, obviously. And me being a support player, I can just nitpick so hard. But if I'm not being like super nitpicky, he just had such low impact on high impact characters. And it just wasn't great. It just wasn't a good look.
And it's not
This
hard
didn't look
to
good.
play Fafnir correctly, and somehow he managed to just fuck it
I
up
would
and
never
run it
locked in
down.
Fafnir there.
Also, would have
Like-
never locked in Fafnir there. Yeah.
Yeah, like into that comp, I'm just like, okay, like why? Like Nox was open, he could have played it, but I don't think he plays Nox.
No.
But
Again,
yeah,
he
like,
can
the
only
Fafnir
play.
did
He can
nothing.
only play one character, and it's painfully obvious after tonight.
Yeah, the emoji looks really, really. He's just looking uncomfortable on it. It seems. Let's see who's next.
It's gotta be Jehu.
Jehu. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Jehu.
Love Jehu. I think he's a really good player.
0
but
and 4
again-
team.
Yeah.
Still above 2 bottom end supports, so you take those.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, Jehu's actually doing things in his game. That's the thing. Like he has to be above Storm. just
Or
for
are
that
we
reason
putting Octi above Jehu? Maybe Jehu above Octi.
alone. What's Storm's one character? Ganesha.
Ganesha.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Did you
like
watch
they-
the set tonight, Dilf? Yeah, everyone knows it's Ganesha.
They took away Ganesha in game 1. Like again, Ganesha's good in the meta right now. Like that's fine. Like,
Yeah,
I played
but if you can only play
they
that
took it away.
character, if you can
Yeah,
only
so
play a
here's the thing.
Mickey character,
They
man.
could have had it, but they top picked Thor, and then Ganesha got taken away, and then they banned Ganesha game 2. So it was just unfortunate. like it was painfully obvious that he only plays the one character. At least recently, he only plays one character.
Snicks is never the reason we win. I know. Snicks actually holds us back. I also know that.
He's on the chopping block, bro. Get me in there.
I
I'll
think
roll from the
Snicks.
jungle.
I think Snicks. I hate to say it, despite Snicks' early games, both games, I think he was also the reason you guys almost had a shot at losing both those games.
Oh, dude, when he got picked in game, was it 1?
Game 1, yeah.
And
I
you guys
think
didn't get the bird?
he's
We were like, oh no.
he's the reason you're winning, but he's also the reason you could potentially lose your games, dummy.
Yeah. Because then they pulled fire right
It's
after
so
they, like,
funny to
you guys had
watch.
fought, and then you guys wiped him back and then won. He did say my bad. And listen, he understood.
He can
understood.
say my bad all he wants. He's still fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snicks go.
Is it? Sorry, what were we saying? Are we putting Octi and then Jehu?
I think Octane probably needs to be maybe under Jehu.
Yeah, so Octi then Jehu.
Yeah, we can put Octi there. Again, I think.
Oh, my
man,
homies
just
hate
his
Snicks.
Performance alone.
We don't hate Snicks. He's at the top of the tier list. How are you gonna say we hate Snicks?
Yeah. Again, I'm sure like I wish you could have watched the hairnet set back. Also, Glucky, if there's like a stream POV for the hairnet set, send that shit my way. So I can actually watch that shit. But again, I don't think Octi got a chance to place my game today. It seems like he just had a rough team today.
Is it River next?
I think I'm gonna put it like this, right? Me and River played the same characters, and our performance did not look close. So
Yeah. Definitely felt the impact of my own Ganesha ults more than the enemy Ganesha ults, that's for sure.
yeah, I mean, he played Atlas in game 1. I played Atlas game 3, and
Oh, it's true.
It's a night and day difference.
That is true. We
Like,
actually
played the exact
we
same
literally
characters.
had 2 support characters for all 3 games. That's hilarious.
Mhm.
No, that's not true. He played Athena game 2.
That's true. That's true.
He played Athena, but it didn't look good. It was kind of useless.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't useless, but it did Athena. He just fucking taunted, bro. That's it. That's all you
Yeah.
do. You press one button and your team either wins or loses the game off that button.
Yeah. No shade though. Love River.
Shifi next? Who are we missing? No, someone else. Someone else lose this week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these people lost this week. Okay, I'm okay with that then.
Yeah.
Is it Shifi
I mean,
next?
You could argue Shifi next. You could also argue for putting River over Shifi. Cause the thing is, Shifi didn't win a game. River did.
Shifi won a set.
Right. Jeez, wait. I'm trolling. I'm still thinking doing okay. Cause you should be
Okay.
doing okay.
No, doing okay.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hamburger is at the very fucking bottom. Shifi is the
Yeah.
is the support
My fault.
for
my fault.
Going Ghost. Played Mickey Ganesha and then Mickey Kuzumba, man.
Listen. I put Mickey Ganesha. I can't subtract points for it this week.
Shifi
I will say the
Shifi
Kuzumbo going
goes
0-1
here.
and 10
Nah,
is
Shifi goes here.
weird.
He's playing 2 Mickey gods.
I'm okay with putting Shifi here.
I'm okay with putting Shifi here.
Again, I think not even to say they're bad. I think that that's just a really low impact duo lane.
I want to put Dummy Slick high.
I think.
I don't
we
know
said
if
it
he's
earlier,
number
but we
1,
made-
but I'm putting him
Yeah,
high.
I mean, Slick made Storm look like a Sparta call up, and I'm literally a Sparta call up. So
Sheesh. Sheesh.
So I mean, Slick just like there were a couple moments where like there's like some weird stuff, but like he's winning, he's getting in there, and the thing was, it was a night and day difference in the impact that the supports had in that set.
Dummy Slick did pull down Storm's pants multiple times, so I would agree.
Top 4, top 5, I'm completely okay with that. Who else is left?
Strat also played really well today.
Yeah, but it's the same like this is an easy matchup curse. So
Strat did go 2-1-30 on Nox game number 2.
All I'm saying is, dude, I don't know how, dude. I want to be able to watch that game back. Did Professor stream it? I gotta know.
Is it Rigid next? Maybe, because Rigid only also plays one character in my opinion. If he is playing it both games, which I think he did, yeah, I'm putting Rigid next.
Yeah. No, again, that's okay. I'm okay putting Rigid
again. Here. Only can play one character. Should I put up a damn nuke? Did he now?
Strat went clinical. But to be fair, Skogs went clinical as a team. So
yo, it's crazy that the best support at Ganesh, in my opinion, which is Hydra, based off of today. Motherfucker is the best Ganesha in the league based off of like what I've seen today. And he can still play other gods. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I refuse to like, I don't know.
I hate that character. I've literally been saying for years Ganesh is dog shit, but he's meta right now, and I'll play it.
He's just so good at just chucking the ulti out and then peeling. He facilitates the dive while also peeling. Like, that saved her with 16 health. Is that your argument, Strat? Is that your argument to make yourself sick, dude? Is that why you're like, oh man?
Best Maui too. I haven't played my Maui in this league yet, so no one's seen it. But I will say that once I get on Maui, it won't be close.
Your Maui is Hydra's Maui is kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. So we need.
But listen. Strat did do very, very well today.
I know.
We can't undersell that shit.
Hydra, Strat, Dummy Slick, Kaizo are the last 4. Mm-hmm. Kaizo played Athena, so automatically an L in his favor, and then played Ares. And you know what? You know what I'm seeing right here. By the way,
the Maui was really, really good in game 2 for sure.
Kaizo went blink on Ares.
It's crazy. He didn't need it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Dummy Maui is insane. Dummy Maui was insane, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about Dummy. Oh. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah.
I also agree with the no blink area. That's what. There's so many good relics. Why would you go blink on support right now?
You don't need blink to make an impact on support. It's so crazy.
Like, okay. Let's say you have Shell, fucking Horrific, and Sunder, and you're taking blink. No way. No shot. No shot. I'm taking blink.
Dummy Slick is not number 1 this week. In my opinion, it's between you, Strat, and Kaizo. And I don't think it's Kaizo. So I think it's between you
only reason I
and
would say,
Strat.
Yeah, only thing is that Strat had to, play against a blown up Kitsune roster. But
this is true. This is true.
So Koji literally wasn't there this week. Like, that team's in shambles.
That's true, yeah.
But
I will say Hydra is still undefeated in support. That's gonna be my argument. Is Hydra is still an undefeated player. And Hydra I don't know if Strat's had a bad game or not, but Hydra, in my opinion, has never had a bad game.
We don't
in OSO.
Game.
No, you still did well. Anyway. You still did well.
Fine. I did what I needed to do.
Yeah,
it wasn't my best game.
We won that game, didn't we?
Game. We did win that game.
Yeah, he has not. Oh man, so it's between you two.
Yeah. So I think Strat looked really, really good this week.
Hydra hasn't played with Blinded in solo lane.
This is true. This is my first roster.
Who's Blinded? Stalis? Is Blinded Stalis, bro? Oh no.
So
Fuck. That is true. That is true.
you know, I mean, again, economy W this week. So I think all like the top 4 supports played really, really good this week, and I don't even care what I get placed on this list. Genuinely, I could call Hangover Dip and say I still play that good with the Hangover, but like I'm not saying that shit. There's no way.
Argue I'm above Kaizo. I'm working on it, dummy. I'm working on my ordering.
Yeah, that's just my own accord. Me personally, let me see. Let me just look. Let me go to the stats really. 0619, 1215. Horrific blink. The horrific didn't get upgraded, but the blink did.
Hydra did his fucking thing. Hydra always does his thing though. That's the thing. It's really hard to argue.
Support. I mean, again, I think supports this week just looked great.
Yeah. Strat. Okay.
Okay, Strat. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna put Hydra first because I'm biased. He's my support. I love Hydra. I love playing with him. But for the record, it's very close, and I can't make a decision. I'm doing it based off bias at the end of the day, because I know more about Hydra. And I'm sorry, Strat, but I still think you're both the top 2, and it's very close. But because this is a tier list where it's like 1, 2, etc., etc., it goes down the list. I have to put someone number 1. I have to put someone number 2. But in my opinion, it's really fucking close, and I can't make that decision. But you guys are both the top. You guys are the top 2 supports, and it's very hard to.
Top 4 this week did their whole thing.
Agreed.
I think supports has really got a big economy W, and supports the best role. And so let's go. Easy dub.
Moving on. And then Kaizo and Dummy. I'm gonna put
Dummy above Kaizo.
I'm gonna put Kaizo number 3. I'm gonna put Dummy number 4. And next week, I'm not here. Next week, if Dummy keeps up his performance, he's gonna go up. I think Dummy is on the up and up, and he can prove himself. He can continue to prove himself.
True.
But yeah. Wait, Tanuki logic. Hydra lost a game. I didn't.
Bro, you're playing Kitsune Shambles.
Yeah.
Bro. You're playing table scraps.
Bro, we played the second best team in our division. You played one of the bottom teams in your division. It's not a comparison.
Could have beat Kitsune this week.
Bro, one motherfucker had a Yorm ADC, the other didn't. Let's not get into this.
I'm about to say, doing okay could beat him this week. Nah, I really.
Right, you're gonna tell me, Strat. You're gonna tell me that you playing fucking Professor DXE, dearly cutest Eevee, Bayesian, and Control Alt Eat, bro. Like, no way, dude. No way we're saying Far Out is better than KWM.
We'll find out next week.
Yeah, we'll find out next week. They are
next week.
Okay, so, I don't think. Okay, at the start of the season, Far Out it was us and Far Out, and those were the top 2 teams. Based off recent performance, I don't think Far Out is the number 2 team. I think it's probably KWM is probably on the up and up now. But Far Out was like the number 2 team for a while, so I'm giving them higher. Listen, Far Out is still leagues better than whatever the fuck these 5 conglomerates are doing right now. The Kitsune team is doing.
All I'm saying is that you guys did play a team that had top 2 placements in all the AP polls, but that's not the same Kitsune anymore, man.
Moving on to ADC. I want to put upgrade only at the bottom, but I don't know. I don't know if it's Furballer. I don't know if it's upgrade only. It might be Furballer.
I just think Furballer is easier to put bottom here.
I know he's easier to put bottom. Really, okay, I'm just looking at this. Okay, wait, what? Hang on. Furballer played jungle today. Okay, Furballer is definitely at the bottom.
Sure.
Furballer didn't even play his role one game. Yeah, like no shot. We're putting him at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Easy.
And then it's probably upgrade. Phoenix play ADC for me this week.
Oh
Oh, that's true. That's true. Thank you.
Yep.
Dr. Dilf, band guy, and then slash Phoenix. Phoenix is towards the bottom as well. Phoenix won, but did not look good, in my opinion. I think he did fine. He went 4-2 and 7. He built crit though. Nah, man, like don't build crit. He played 2 games in a row, Hachiman.
I mean, Dazzy also built crit today. I mean, Dazzy lost. But...
Yeah, Dazzy lost when he built crit.
Yeah.
Dazzy got smoked when he built crit, man.
I built third down Spectral and just didn't.
That was so. Oh my god. We're not gonna talk about that. We'll get to that actually.
We'll get there when we get there.
Because Upgrade did have an almost game-winning play today. Is it Alt or Glarky?
Let's look. I mean, Glarky went 3-3-1 and 0-4-5.
I'm gonna say Glarky, but he never got to play the game, and it's not his fault.
Yeah, I think that was a team issue.
Yeah, it's just an ADC thing, unfortunately. And then it's controller upgrade for me next.
I would say probably control. Like this Kitsune said,
3-5-1.
It's rough.
4-10-13.
Yeah. And like player damage cap, like 27k to 56k.
Bro, how do you only do 27k when you have Oboe?
Like it was just he just had a rough game today. I really
and then he didn't even build Oboe game 1. He went Dom second. No, alt. Antonio. Okay, it's alt. Control continues to stink it up in the games. And then I'm going to say... Oh, man. I want to say this guy. And then I want to say Dasher, then Drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dasher just shat the bed today.
Yeah, he did not have a great great
game
today.
And I don't think he played well any of the 3 games, which is too bad.
Yeah.
If that's the case, do we want to put him... I don't know. I think...
I mean, I'm okay with this, and only for the reason that I think all of these ADCs either didn't play very well or didn't get a chance to even attempt to play the game. Okay. So like I don't like the order from like here down doesn't really matter to me too much because I don't think any of these ADCs had like a great performance today.
I'll agree. Where do we put me? We're putting me above where I played last week for sure. Because I played way better. I feel like I played perfect.
Yeah, if you could put yourself at 5 now and you'd still be higher than last week.
Yeah. So, I think I'm still higher than...
Who's left?
Only Mythical. And Only Mythical played decently well. But he still went 16-10 and something. So he had lots of kills, but lots of deaths.
To make my own list, I will send it to you. So like, just DM me on Discord, and I will make sure I send it to you.
Where am I putting Armor Wolf?
If you guys want to make your own list, just DM me. I can send you like what I have.
Wolf played well, but Wolf didn't do any. I feel like I had like.
All I'm saying is your ADC stat wise kind of cooked in game 2.
I was just gonna say I may not have like had like a star performance. I feel like all 3 games I played really well.
Okay. But
am I gonna be the number 1 of my own tier list, bro?
Bro, hear me out. 68k PD.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
7-4-20 on the Yorm ADC.
I did play really well today. I'm gonna put myself higher, but I'm not sure where I'm putting myself at.
Let's see.
I want to maybe put Mythical next. Maybe.
Let's see.
That or Batty did have a really good game. Batty played really well, but again, bottom end team. It's really easy to look good as ADC when like you're just able to free cast in games like this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so fucking hard.
I'm gonna go by stats pretty much here.
I'm going only
I mean,
mythical next.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Still top 5. Not mad at it.
Then it's between me, Armor. I think I played better than Armor today. Like Armor played really well, but I think Armor didn't. It wasn't Armor who won his team the games. It was his front line.
Right. I think
It was literally Snicks and Cardwell, and he was just along for the ride. And I think Armor played well, and he played what he was supposed to do. But
listen, Snicks and Cardwell did really good. Again, Dummy Slick was embarrassing Storm. So like it was literally front line gap today. I think. But
Yeah.
that's not to say that Armor played bad. But I think you could put Armor next, and it wouldn't be like mean or
yeah,
anything like that.
and then I think I'm gonna put Fragnik number 1
Why?
because look at the KDAs. He just kind of chasmed, and it wasn't close. He played really well. Like he had carry performances. He went
Okay, yeah, but
7-3
he's
and
doing
he went
okay.
7-3 and 10. I know he went against doing okay. I still think he is probably the best ADC right now. Maybe next week it's different, but I think right now maybe I'd put him there. And then it's between me and Batty Gorlock. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Are you trying to make the argument that I'm number 1?
No. And only reason I'm gonna say no is because not saying you played the Yorm bad, but the Yorm pick did leave us without objective damage, which ends up quote unquote costing us game 2. But not saying that like we could have won that game easily, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think you even played it bad. And we did make the active choice to cook, so it's fine. I would say
Fragnik is my
Matty
go.
Gorlock probably number 3. That would put him on par with his support. That put him right next to Kaizo. So being a top 3 ADC, I think is a huge honor.
Fragnik, me, then Batty Gorlock.
I'd be okay with that. I think putting Fragnik here just because again he had a carry performance. Sure it was against doing okay, and that's why I don't personally think it has that much stock. But just like,
yeah, I'm okay
I don't
with
know, man.
that. I think this week I played really well, so I'm comfortable with
I think
that.
the top 5, like I think ADC is divided like in top 5 and like the rest. And you can make a case for the top 5 because they're meant to do different things for those teams because it's just different team structure.
True.
Fragnik's a hard carry player, like they play through him. Like
True. I'm okay with this. And I know people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's Spirited Book's tier list."
I would say Phoenix lower, but that's it.
No, because
I
Phoenix
mean,
still won.
The only way you could move him lower is if you swapped him and upgrade only. And I think that's as low as you could go probably.
Like upgrade.
That's really it. That's
But
the
he
only way I can see him
still
moving
won.
lower.
He shouldn't be bottom 4.
Could have been a savant spot and they would have won. Yeah, you're not even wrong. You're not even wrong. I don't know.
I'm
I
okay
think-
with this.
Yeah, I think the way it is right now is fine. I think a bottom 5. I think bottom 5 you get interchange.
Game I was in, you would say he's last. But I didn't play against him. That's the difference
That's
maker.
true.
This is my tier list at the end of the day.
That's true, man.
I'm the one with the in control of the mouse. Therefore, I make the decisions.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just to say, like, everyone, like, from drunk and down, we're not saying that anyone this week cleared anybody there. I think all of those ADC had a really poor performance, and then Mythical up all did very, very good things for their teams in very different ways.
Plus, as a sub-in, like, he came in to, like, sub-in for his team who had someone missing.
Did you get extra info? No, we appreciate it, Gorky, for sure.
Yeah, we always appreciate extra info, but I think we're comfortable with this as is.
You want to do overall teams next?
Yeah, but do we want to do them separately or?
Like per division? Or do you wanna do,
Yeah.
like, overall.
I don't know.
I think division's still fine.
I
'cause we're
think
not doing
division
a
is fine
play yet.
too. Yeah, okay. Obviously us and Kittens. It's Far Out and Warriors. Warriors did win the head-to-head. Warriors are looking good too. Far Out is on a downward trend. Then
Yeah.
Royal Jesters, and then doing okay.
Mm-hmm. The only 2 winless teams in the league are in our division, by the
This is the gap, by the way.
way.
Upgrade should be higher than Phoenix. His games are just better. Phoenix at least subbed in for a team that's won a set. Upgrade still hasn't won a game. A game even, man. They haven't won a game. Upgrade goes to picks like Artemis. Like, no, man. I'm sorry. It's just not meant to be. Upgrade's good. Yes, he can be very good. But he hasn't shown it on this team.
I would say that
okay.
Phoenix's KDA and like stats won't look better compared to Upgrades because like they have Radzer and Drew's Food, especially this week. Radzer and Drew's Food and Valve putting up numbers this week. He just had less work to do, to be honest.
Also, this is gonna be my take for the Royal Jesters. This is the take I said earlier. I don't think I was streaming at the time when I said this. The Royal Jesters are a team that exists. Killcam Kenny, I believe, is the captain, if I'm not mistaken. Killcam Kenny drafted this roster. And when he drafted this roster, overall first, he drafted, I believe it's Upgrade Only. Upgrade Only was a first round pick. And then he got to draft someone else as well. So he got like 2 in the first round, technically. Because he got like 1 and then immediately 1 after the other. Because he was at the last or whatever. And there were still really good players open and whatnot. Like, I don't know. Like, this team just is not working. And Upgrade being
Upgrade and Jehu.
Upgrade and Jehu. I don't care who was picked. This isn't about the draft. This isn't about the tier list, for the record. This is just my take on this. This team does not work. And they can't get themselves to work. Despite scrimming, despite trying out new junglers, like, they have fundamental problems. They have no star player. I know people talk about how Kenny is like looking good, but Kenny is not a star player. Kenny is not, you know, at the level of Emoji Daddy or Gabe Ethan. He can't hang with them. Even moon jumping, arguably. Like, Kenny is like down here, number 2 still. And I stand by that statement because Kenny is not a star player. But Kenny is probably the best looking player on that team, unfortunately, lately. Despite all this, Royal Jesters have failed to get a single win. Doing okay is also in the same boat, but Doing okay is a failed roster. Royal Jesters at least look like they have potential. But at what point do you stop waiting for a team that looks like it shows potential before you say enough is enough? This is a failed experiment and a failed roster. In my opinion, Royal Jesters can maybe make something happen at play-ins. They should be doing okay next week. If they don't be doing okay next week, then I don't see a reason why this team is playing in OSL. Because doing okay is just a fuckfest. And I don't think some of these players should be in this division, in my opinion. But I'm referring to more than one on Doing okay, for the record. It's not just the hamburger. But Royal Jesters are a bad team, and it just doesn't work, man. In a draft league where these are all players that should get along really well, and they're not, and I don't mean from a cultural perspective of a team culture. I mean of like they aren't able to work together to figure out their issues and aren't improving on their issues. In my opinion, they're just a bottom team, and I think they're done next week. I think there's a potential they could lose to Doing okay. They are not good. So, in my opinion, this is probably a Sparta team. This is probably a top Sparta team, maybe. But I don't think they're a good Athens team, which is too bad. Because I want them to do well. But Upgrade Only is on that roster, and Upgrade Only isn't being the solution to his roster. So Upgrade Only continues to be at the bottom. That's just how it's going to be. A bottom end team has bottom end players, and there is no star player on that team. Upgrade Only is not a star player on that team. So it's just is what it is. Just the team is bad. Okay. The Troy division. I'd say Wailing Banshees is the best.
Mm-hmm.
And man, there are so many other bad teams in that division. Oh man. Is it the Crew next, or is it going Ghost, honestly?
I think
Oh no,
If
sorry, it's
looking-
Skogs. It's Skogs. It's Skogs. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, Skogs go. Yeah, they're the other 3-1 team.
And
So
then
you have,
is it
you have
the
two 2-2 teams, which is Crew and Kitsune, but Kitsune's done.
I think Kitsune is on the downward trend. I think it's gonna be Hairnets at the bottom. Then Kitsune. Crew lost to Hairnets. Just saying. Doesn't matter. I hate to say it.
Okay, in my opinion, I think Kitsune is bottom of that division now. I don't think that team recovers.
No, I think they will recover for play-ins. I don't think they'll be at the same form as like coming second in the Golden Apple, but I think they'll recover. I think Hanford Hairnets need to make multiple changes for them to make actual like improvements, like actual roster changes. Banshee's number 1 of your division. It's not saying much, Cardwell. Sorry to burst your bubble a little bit. It's not saying much.
No. Banshee's clear.
Bruh, it's so weird because like
I also will say that Banshee's only lost one game because first they only lost the game because Cardwell.
you want to see something really funny, by the way, chat. Hi, Cardwell. Yo, we breaking the 4th wall.
What happened? We love to see it.
Hi, Cardwell. All right. Back to the tier list. Yeah, I don't know. Hairnets need to make multiple roster changes.
I stream it and then break the 8th wall, man.
Yeah, Hairnets are at the bottom for me. Only game we lost, I was in Florida. I know.
Again, so true.
Our division is more competitive. Define competitive. I don't think it is.
I think it's actually close. No, I think Dill's actually not even wrong.
No, I would disagree. I think it's far out Warriors of Albion, Kittens with Mittens, Flamers Tanukis. Then there's a gap, and then it's Jesters and doing okay. I think it's Wailing Banshees and Skogs, and then there's a gap.
I think it's okay. So
and then it's the other 4 are there closer together.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is like our division has 2 winless teams in it right now, and I think the gap is going to be really between it's top 3 teams being us, KWM, Albion, right? We haven't played Albion yet, but people will make arguments that we're just not the best team for some reason, and that's okay. Fuck it, whatever.
You know what's too bad? You know what's too bad is I'm not here next week, and they might force a default time, and we might lose to them, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, look, Warriors of Albion, they're the best team."
True. Yeah, and then okay, so I think it's those top 3 teams, and then I think you have Far Out in like a weird limbo for some reason. Then you have Jesters doing okay, clearly the 2 bottom teams of the division. Whereas you look at the other division, you have Banshees and Skogs, cool. 2 close teams. Then you have Crew Kitsune for some fucking reason. And maybe you can even throw Ghost in there. After this week, they've been looking a lot better, honestly. And then Hairnet's internal issues, I think, are getting the better of them. So I think they're the bottom team. I think the division overall is a lot closer.
I think so here's my thing. I think the top 4 teams are very close, and then there's a huge gap, and then the bottom 2 teams. I think there's weird little gaps in. I think there's weird gaps between the next division, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's the top 2 teams, Banshees and Skogs. Then there's another gap, and it's the Crew and the other team whose name is escaping me, going Ghost. I think they're a middle pack team, and then there's another gap, and then there's the bottom 2 teams. Meanwhile, there's a significant gap between Jesters and doing okay. It's weird.
I think we have. If all of the teams were playing each other like there were no conferences, I think you have more top end teams in our division.
Agreed.
But because of that, there's so many middle of the pack teams in the other division. It is just more competitive. Like it could go either way any week.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Go either way. I think it's Banshee Skogs. Then there's a decently significant gap, and then it's the bottom 4 teams are a lot closer. But because of the way it is competitive and whatnot, it looks like the middle pack teams, like it looks like it's more competitive, you know?
Sure.
Like
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, you could take the crew out of that division and put them in ours, and they'd be a bottom team.
Yeah, I think they would be the bottom. Like they would be below far out. The crew. Like the crew look good because they're beating other bottom end teams, like teams that are not working well.
Right.
And they also, the 1 week that they look good is they had a different solo laner sub in.
I don't know why he didn't start this week.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think after this week they might consider that roster change to be official, but I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna do clutch like that.
True.
I don't know if Storm has the heart.
Oh my gosh, it's Bingus. Hi, Bingus.
Oh, hi, Bingus.
Right, I got
okay,
him in chat,
Monarch.
so it's official.
Hi, Bungus.
I misspelled it. Hi, Bungus.
We do got stuff to work on. Bingus, I will say you were definitely the highlight of your team today, watching your team.
Yeah, you missed to give you praise. You looked fantastic.
Yeah.
So
I thought you played. I thought despite Snicks running the games, like you were ahead of Snicks in game number 2.
He had a 2-level lead at some point in a counter matchup.
I just think you didn't. I just think it's a lack of experience in that role. You just didn't use your lead very well in game number 2. Like you had a lead and you just kind of like ran away to like go deal with a split pusher. When in reality, you just send someone else there and you to be part of the fight and making an impact. But I still think you played really well. You were probably the best on your team. Though, granted, it looks really good when you're the best on your team full of not good players and a player who can only play one god. So, but yeah, I still think you played really well today. Bungus, okay, I'm officially no. It's gotta be changed then. Okay, hang on.
Because my team was 2 deals behind to follow up. So it's not, again, true.
Bungus. It was hard because my team was 2-3 levels behind. Follow up and probably not going to be there. Yeah, that's fair. It is fair. Very valid and fair. Back in the lab I go.
Fair enough, man.
While you're in the lab, can you tell Storm to get a second god that he can play, by the way? Just so you guys aren't like, you know, losing every week when they ban one character or first pick one character. Just saying. Just saying.
He hates Athena though? Okay, I also hate Athena, but I can play other characters. You know, I play Emoja.
What do you mean he hates Athena? What do you mean? There's like... okay, Athena is one character. There's others.
Like a top 3.
Can we tell his ass no? At some point, you're just gonna have to say yes.
You should have told him no on the Fafnir pick.
Yeah, you should have told him no on a lot. You should have told him no on both his picks today. Oh no, Yemo was fine, but the Fafnir pick was.
Yeah. On paper, Yemo was just fine, and then he played it the way he played it.
Yeah. So. I don't think he played bad game 1. I just don't think he did anything game 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't. Like game 2, he costed. Game 1, he did nothing. But
in
game 2,
opinion, if you do nothing, I would rather you cost. Like at least you have something to learn from.
No.
Oh hey fam.
Game 2, he definitely just costed. Game 1, he just did nothing, which is essentially costing on a pick like that should be like carrying, but he didn't like he didn't run it down into a fire giant and then they get a fire giant. You know what I mean? Like, but like in game 2, he did exactly that.
I don't know. I mean,
I'll let him know.
Support play bad, then like not do anything.
Yeah, you let him know that Spirit of Book tells him to get a second god because that's exactly. Listen, Bingus, I don't recommend doing that. I don't recommend telling him I said that because that's gonna live in his head rent free, and he's going to lose his shit, and he's not gonna get a second god. So don't tell him that. Don't actually tell him that. It's actually a detriment for your own team, man.
I mean, I'll say it.
You could say it. You don't live in Storm's head rent free.
It's true.
Spirit Book lives in a lot of people's heads rent free. It's just kind of too easy, honestly. I need to start charging people for that.
Charge them rent.
Yeah, man. I want to make. I gotta make money somehow. Are we? Sure. Let me screenshot this properly.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. What am I doing now?
Off.
I need to like. There we go.
Wait a minute. I think we're missing a team. We are.
No, we're not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doing okay is down here.
Oh, my fault. I see the gap. I see
Yeah,
the gap
yeah,
now.
there's a gap.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
There's a significant gap. All right.
Yeah.